Hey, it's Casey from CaseyBerard.com, and it's Mindful Monday. And you know what? It's so funny. I don't know if you know this, but mindfulness often just gets talked about on a really micro level. Take deep breaths. Take 10 deep breaths, right? And the thing is that mindfulness has a macro and a micro level that we can work with on our lives and our pursuing our spirituality and pursuing our goals and hopes and dreams. And I'll give you a sort of like a little big example of this. I live in Canada. It started snowing a lot this week. The first snowfall was a lot of heavy packing snow, like I could just barely lift one shovel full, and it took me over an hour and a half to do my driveway. And you know what? I mindfully had to be in every minute. I had to sit there and go, shovel with the left, shovel with the right. Stand up, sit down, fight, fight, fight. No, I had to add that in. Everyone was thinking that, right? But I really was conscious about bending with my knees. I was conscious about wanting to honor my body because I'd not done that much physical activity, or at least not that level of physical activity. So I brought myself into the present moment and really talked to myself about what I needed to do to get through this snow shoveling safely and effectively, and while partly having some joy, doing it. And of course I reached the halfway point of that goal and had a little nervous breakdown, but totally honored those emotions and brought myself right back into the present moment and got her done. And it got done. And then fast forward a couple days and oh my goodness, a light snowfall. And here's what's so cool. If I hadn't been so mindful, I think it was Monday when the first snowfall happened. Mindful Snowfall Monday. And fast forward to Thursday. And you know what? The second snowfall was so light and it was so easy, and I could push the snow more easily. And it literally took the same amount of time because, the surface area that I was cleaning was no different, but the effort involved was different, right? It still takes time to clear though, and just physically move yourself through that. So that's like a macro and micro little example of how mindfulness is so much more than just breathing. Because God forbid, once you start breathing, once you get into your body, what do you do then? Like, how do you then take that now moment and move it forward so you can actually create the moment that you want to create, or the experience that you want to create? I know you've got examples of this, and maybe you want me to break them down for you so you could see how you could have done something differently than you did. I've been living in this house for a couple years now, and I've had practice getting more and more mindful about the snowfall. The first year I moved in, I actually had a flu too. And I was so angry and resentful because I was shoveling with the flu and I couldn't figure out who to call for help. And you know what? I got through it mindfully and lovingly and compassionately. But I tell you, I learned. Now I've got people on speed dial. Now I know when to ask for help and when I can do it myself. So that was my little junction into that you are welcome to type in a comment or send me an email, casey@caseyberard.com, and with your question or problem, and maybe I'll give you a call and figure it out, and I'll turn it into a Mindful Monday video. Or I'm thinking of starting a little series called Mindful Every Day, or maybe it'll be an email series, or I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out because you know what? I'm not just mindful on Mondays. I try and regroup and reconnect with myself so that I'm mindful every day. Okay, I hope you are having a happy Mindful Monday though, and we will talk to you next week. Take care.